Hello.
Hello.
So, this is a little bit of a different segment, I guess. Do we have segments on this channel?
I suppose we can have segments from this point forward.
This was an idea that I had, which was to say, I had an idea, which was, I wanted to ask a stupid question and try to tease out a serious answer for a stupid question. And so in the background, I have Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, just running for some,
Some.
Oof.
Yeah.
Stream? Ooh, stream got crunchy for a moment there. My oh my. Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, guzzled my CPU for a moment, I suppose. But, we've been playing Rain World privately, or rather, I have been playing Rain World, and Gub has been listening to me talk about Rain World.
Yeah, Rain World's a bit too hard for me. I can't do the natural survivalist stuff. I already did that for quite a while as a bunch of clam.
Yeah, I'm not even very good at Rain World. I've mostly been watching other friends play it, and they're very good at it. But what we wanted to do was basically tease out an answer to a question, which is, where do various creatures fall on the sort of Buddhist paths of the world? And Gub is the one with the info slate, so maybe she can be a little bit more specific about this once I'm done pitching the stream idea. Basically, Rain World is a game that posits that, slug cats are creatures that are beholden to the karmic cycle, and that the whole universe, spoilers for Rain World, the whole universe is simply the dream of a saint inside of the mind of the sleeping monk, who is simply a funny little slug cat. So that sort of led to us asking some more questions about, other animals that exist. Like, for some reason, the Trix rabbit? And so here we are, with the tiers of karmic existence in front of us, and we're going to be making some determinations about cereal.
So, for those not in the know, in Buddhist cosmology, there is the 6 paths, which are sort of 6 worlds, or six existences that you can belong to.
When they refer to a path, they mean sort of the path that your life will take. In Buddhism, ideally, you are living according to Dharma, the middle path, or the right path, which is not necessarily the morally correct path, but it is the path that leads you to inner balance and tranquility while not, harming the world around you. It leads you to synchronicity with nature. And if you have enough synchronicity, you get to go up.
And if you are insynchronous with that, you go down instead. And these 6 worlds are the world of gods, the world of demigods, the world of humans, the world of animals, the worlds of ghosts, and then the world of hell being. So those are the 6 sort of things that you can be at the end of all things. When it push comes to shove, and everything's counted and sorted, you're gonna fall into one of these 6 categories.
And if you want to see some really scary but really fantastic art, the arts of the Buddhist hells that exist are really something. Buddhism, like, a lot of people think of Buddhism as a sort of touchy-feely sort of religion, but their hells are very much like, bodies are stacked upon bodies being tortured by devilish spirits.
Yeah, their hells are not exactly nice places to be, on account of that the majority of them were made by one particularly vindictive guy that wanted a lot of his people to, not a lot of his people, but a lot of people that he disliked to suffer after they died. So he invented special places just for them.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you explain that? Were there not Buddhist hells before a certain
No,
man?
There were concepts of Buddhist hells. It's just that there weren't a lot of very specific hells until this one particular monk who went around in specifically the India area and brought Buddhism down that direction.
He wanted punishment for bad people that he didn't feel was present.
Yes, and at the same time, he was also very popular with just like a lot of people in general. So he was just kind of a vindictive prick, but at the same time, he was also a monk.
I mean, I will say, just so we don't seem like we're bashing on Buddhism throughout this stream, Christianity is also full of vindictive pricks. Every religion is. I highly recommend opening a history book if you think that your religion is exempt from that.
But he invented a lot of hells, and those, ironically enough, became very popular. Just like to talk about in the area, because it was weirdly enough sort of like a self-flagellation thing for a lot of that sort of culture. It was like, oh, I'm definitely going to be going to like the specific hell for like not taking out my laundry correctly, so I'm going to be tortured eternally with 7 needles in my eyelid because I forgot this one specific thing. Oh, woe is me.
I wonder if that had anything, and I'm not the anthropology dog to do this, I wonder if that had anything to do with the presence as well of the other Abrahamic faiths in India, causing a sort of interchange there that led to that sort of behavior. Because that does sound like a strangely Catholic conception of Buddhism, where it's like, ah, yes, I'm going to hell.
Yeah, it was certainly an interesting time, and it's certainly an interesting fact that Buddhas quite literally have direct translations of hell. Yeah, world of hell.
World of hell.
Welcome to World of Hell.
Sounds like a DLC for World of Horror.
Unlike in Christianity, you can leave eventually.
Well, I choose to believe in a Christianity where you do eventually get to leave, but that's a subject for another time.
That's a subject for a different serious question, for stupid, serious answer, stupid question.
We'll tackle Christianity eventually if this doesn't somehow get us banned. We'll see.
Let's get us started. Who's our first subject on the table?
That's a great question. It is in fact honeycomb, so it would be the small honeycomb gremlin. Now, I don't remember much about the honeycomb creature.
Let's look up the honeycomb creature. Looking up.
I will not.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I will not be using the browser to bring up images of these beasts simply because I do not want my search history on stream.
Crazy craving. My God.
Is that his name?
Not even his name. Their name.
Their
terrifying fucking
agender
name.
queen?
No, this thing is infectious. If it bites you, you become one. And you are also driven insane for the honeycomb, which is your only fucking savior.
Same, but also what? Oh my God.
You must buy the honeycomb.
So
because if you don't, a crazy craving could come by and fucking bite you. You could turn into a crazy craving also. But they like honeycomb so much that if you throw honeycomb, they'll go crazy for even one bite.
Honeycomb big, yeah. It's a biohazard. No.
I'm gonna say this thing's a hell creature. This thing is a full-on hell being.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's my argument. I think they are a form of starving ghost because I think the starving ghost is at its core, it's a creature so wrapped up in its own misery that it stays around as a monstrous creature that inflicts misery on others.
You might be correct. In 1995, a mascot, Crazy Craving, was introduced as a wild-haired, marsupial-like cartoon character who rabidly craves honeycomb cereal and whom children in commercial transform into. Its catchphrase was, "Me want honeycomb." The name Crazy Craving means the character is an anthropomorphism of hunger itself.
So yeah, no, they would literally be a starving ghost at that point. So
they are a starving ghost.
All right, so next up we have one that I am
very appropriate duck, mind you, for this.
Yeah, and can I just say, I am so glad that this tier list maker is on the same wavelength as me. Yes, I selected this duck, just in the background while we were discussing. There are many ducks. Here is another.
Many ducks.
I immediately, now that I'm seeing, like, the different patterns of ducks, I immediately want the DLCs for this game.
Listen, I did get a big tip.
Wonderful.
I'll send you a little bit, and we can add some more, and we will feature it for our next serious answer to stupid questions.
Do we want to focus on a particular duck while we're working through this, or do we just want to?
No, let's just let the ducks come as they go.
Okay, let me.
If there's an automated mode where you can just random focus.
E will switch me to hotspot, and then once I AFK, it will start pinging between them. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So the next one is going to be Fruit Brute, which I'm really glad they bring up, because whenever they bring up like the obscure cereals that are in Quentin Tarantino movies, everyone brings up Fruit Brute in addition to like Yummy Mummy and Count Chocula, and all of those get revivals except for Fruit Brute for some reason until very recently. They have revived Fruit Brute.
I liked Fruit. The return of Fruit.
Now, what is Fruit Brute?
I'm going to say. Initially, I was tempted to say animal, but I'm willing to say this guy's actually a human, despite his fucking furry appearance.
If we're going with the new version, Return of Fruit Brute and Return of Yummy Mummy.
Yeah, Return of Fruit Brute.
That's a guy.
That's a guy that has a pompadour and like.
Yeah,
he's got a
that's
little
literally
bit
a
of
guy with classic lycanthropy.
Yes.
Like genetic lycanthropy.
He's just normal.
Yeah, that's a man.
Like, yeah, it might be a full moon and he's a full-on wolf, but he's still gonna walk into the Taco Bell and order Crazy Cravings the same as you. He's not gonna go fucking feral on.
Yeah. Like, he might have powers, but he doesn't eat, like, red meat often enough, so he doesn't have, like, a healing factor, you know?
Yeah, no, he loves Fruit Brute too much.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's literally got a fucking day job, I suppose.
Yeah.
Alright, next up is, in fact, the Yummy Mummy.
Yummy Mummy. I am going to say that Yummy Mummy is unfortunately a hungry ghost that is specifically for Yummy Mummy cereal, because canonically the only reason he raises from the dead is for that delicious Yummy Mummy cereal.
Really?
At least according to what I remember. So I don't want the fucking weird
Yummy Mummy lore.
You monster cereals. Yummy Mummy. Discontinued 2014.
According to Wikipedia, Yummy Mummy is a slang term used to describe an attractive mother. I don't think that's correct.
That is a different thing that I am looking for. I
don't need to see MILFs right now.
Let's see.
Oh my god. Okay, hang on. If this is not what this stream is for, I don't know what it is. In 1972, Frankenberry cereal included an indigestible pigment that turned some children's feces pink, a symptom sometimes referred to as Frankenberry stool.
Oh.
The Count Chocula and Frankenberry recipes were reformulated to remove this. I'm so upset that even in the fucking relaunch of fucking Fruit Brute, it only comes in multi-packs. They seasonally produce Booberry, Frankenberry, and Count Chocula, but Fruit Brew only shows up, like, at the party already fucking drunk from pre-gaming.
I just watched a Yummy Mummy commercial in order to get a little bit more lore, and I am taking back everything I said. Yummy Mummy is being promoted to Asura.
What do you mean?
Yummy Mummy fucking appears from nowhere in your most dire hour to give you delicious Yummy Mummy cereal that powers you up.
Oh.
He fucking appears at last second and saves Frankenberry and Count Chocula from falling to their deaths in a weird temple.
He has mastered his cravings. So yeah, he is an Asura. He has mastered his cravings, but he has not. He has chosen to stay behind to help us.
Yeah.
He could, in fact, rival Asura of Asura's Wrath.
Yummy Mummy versus who?
Alright, now I think the next one is just straight up Fiber 1.
Let's see if Fiber 1 has a mascot.
If there are no mascots, I think we might just do this by vibe. Like, that seems fitting, right? Because at the end of the day, this is just kind of like the vibe of the cereal as well.
Fiber 1, I'm so sorry.
Oh no. Does Fiber 1 have a mascot?
No, when I looked it up, the only thing that appeared was a picture of a beaver. And also a very disappointed owl that's Kyle, the regular bowels owl. Give a hoot about your intestinal moment.
I think I just got an achievement for getting a duck through one of the tubes, so... I understand why this game reviews overwhelmingly positive. There's so many reviews that are like, is this game a joke? Why does it review overwhelmingly positive? And then you play it for like 2 minutes and it's like, I understand everything.
Oh, fuck yeah, baby.
Alright.
So, where do we wanna rate?
I guess the world of animals, like...
No, I am, you know what?
Is it human to be regular? I do like Fiber.
I am putting Fiber 1 up there with the gods themselves.
Really?
For their only purpose is to make you regular. They are the very concept of regularity.
Is that the original purpose of Fiber?
You want to have fiber in your diet. That is the purpose of Fiber 1 cereal.
It's not like an anti-horny cereal like some others that we'll be getting to?
Let's find out. Actually, let's double check. Let's just make sure.
Yeah. If you want to go on a trip, look up the history of any given breakfast cereal. It's some shit.
Fiber 1 Wikipedia. I really just gotta start. Yes, show me General Mills.
Gumpy. Ooh, this one's sparkly.
Breakfast cereal.
This feels like a shader experiment. Also, wow, that's rude. This duck just says "duck you" on him.
Poor Blueberry.
What? Hey, Gub.
Yeah?
Stone Duck does not float.
Stone Duck. Oh, Stone Duck, we believed in you.
Spider Duck. Spider Duck.
Fiber 1 is not important enough to have an entry in Wikipedia.
Is Fiber 1 literally just like the mill runoff?
It's just the fiber. It is the fiber.
You know what?
It is the very concept of fiber, and who are we to judge that?
I'm Fiber 1, and I'm here to help. Alright, alphabets.
Alpha. Let's think about the alphabets.
I feel like if Alphabets has a mascot, it's like the bookworm from PopCap Games.
No.
Bookworm.
I know what the Alphabets mascot is. It's the Alphabets mail guy.
What?
The Alphabets. Allow me to send you a picture of our good friend, the Alphabets mail guy, Mr. Cereal. Look at this
I'm...
man, Mr. Breakfast. Sorry, I mispronounced it. Mr. Breakfast. This is Mr.
The postman, apparently... Sorry, named Lovable Truly, who is voiced by insult comic Jack E. Leonard. Oh. There was also an Alphabets wizard?
Alphabets Wizard! I fucking... MrBreakfast.com is going to be the most important fucking goddamn website in existence right now.
So, like... Are we going with the wizard or the postman? I think the postman's probably the safer bet.
There was an Addams Family cereal. I'm getting slightly off track. I think we're going to go with the postman. Because there were 3 different iterations of the postman, and there was only 1 iteration of the wizard. I think this postman is part-time wizard, but ultimately he is still human.
He's a chaos wizard. He focuses his energies to achieve what he desires.
Yeah, no, that's why he always ends up delivering letters instead of letters.
Okay, so a human. Bran Flakes.
Bran Flakes.
I think Bran Flakes... Like, Bran Flakes, I feel, just has an opposite vibe of Fiber One. Like, Fiber One's like, yeah, I need 1 serving of fiber. Bran Flakes is like... Bran. Eat your fucking bran, kids. I'm putting Bran Flakes in hell until further notice. And for those of you who are worried about the tier list being small, I will be resizing the tier list so we can get a clear picture of it at the end of the stream.
Is it a specific variety of bran flakes? Is it like granola? Is it bran check? Or is it just
Bran Flakes?
And that's it? Just
Bran Flakes.
Ugh. Bran Flakes.
Consume.
Let's... Hey, can I search you? Cereal thing? I cannot. I have to scroll through by hand. I don't... Bran Flakes isn't in here. It doesn't have a notable...
Yeah, no,
enough.
Bran Flakes is in hell. If it's not on the website, it's in hell. Alright, so Trix. I'm going to make an argument that Trix is actually a starving ghost and not an animal. His single-minded desire for Trix drives him to suffering, and the children are trying to teach him his place in the universe, and he simply refuses to follow his path. So I believe that he would be demoted from animal to starving ghost.
I am inclined to agree with you based on the fact that there have been multiple series about specifically giving him the cereal so that way he finally has what he wants, and it does feel very much like a sort of pity ceremony.
Yeah, that's not good. You should not. Yeah, you are not to indulge the desires of the hungry ghost. They must learn to. They must be banished, or they must learn to release them, and he has done neither.
Well, not.
Well, no, they did appease him. Yes, yeah, you're right. You have to appease them.
They must be appeased. Yes.
You can banish them, but you can also just leave offerings out for them.
Yes, that's correct. So I do agree that he's a hungry ghost in that regard. Then moving on. Next.
Kix. Kid tested, mother infected. Kid tested, mother failed. Kix.
Cereal. Wikipedia. What do you have to say?
The only thing that I remember about Kix is that something that I heard about it from a stand-up comic, I believe Donald Glover, as sort of an urban legend of monstrousness, was you get a box of Cocoa Puffs and you get a box of Kix, and you mix about 1/4 Cocoa Puffs and 3/4 Kix in a big plastic jug to stretch the Cocoa Puffs.
Kix is going straight to fucking hell because its mascot is the Paw Patrol, which are animals that are trying very hard to be humans, and ergo, therefore automatically demoted to demon and hell.
Right, because you should they should attempt to be human once they are human. As animals, they should simply be animals. Yes.
Yes. As animals, they should simply be animals, but instead they are performing a cruel mockery of human reality.
It's like if Sun Wukong went around going, "Look at me, I am the Buddha, haha."
And it's disappointing because the old Kix cereal mascot seemed to be just a regular elephant and a regular monkey that would have just
I think
classified
those
as just beasts.
I think those have been moved over to their sub brands, which are like Gorilla Munch and stuff, because Gorilla Munch is surprisingly similar to Kix.
Yes, scared off by the Paw Patrol. I understand.
All right, we have Apple Cheerios, specifically Apple Cheerios, not Apple Jacks, Apple Cheerios.
Apple Cheerios. Do you have a mascot? I do not think the honey guy counts for the Apple Cheerios.
I think Apple Cheerios.
Yes, you do. You actually have a mascot. Your mascot is the fucking child that eats you in every episode that you're in. Why is that your mascot? It's this little white girl. This little white girl. She is apparently the quote-unquote mascot of Apple Cheerios because she is the one that appears in literally every single fucking episode of Apple Cinnamon Cheerios because they were just continued.
I'm glad that you have this up because all I'm getting is Apple and Cinnamon, who are different.
That's the Apple Jacks.
Yeah. No, wait, no. That's the early 90s. Hang on. Okay, so are we gonna go with the young white girl, or are we going to go with Apple and Cinnamon? Because apparently,
my God.
Yeah.
Let's go with Apple and Cinnamon to contrast Sour Apple and Cinnamon, who will come back to those.
I think Apple and Cinnamon are human beings, though. Like, I don't think they actually have powers. Apparently, there's no origin ever given for them. The only person they thwart is Sprinklegator, who is an alligator in a jumpsuit.
I'm going to say they are in fact human who do have the day job of putting on this commercial.
Yeah.
These guys go back after a long day of work and collect their paycheck, and they're fine with being.
Yeah, they have to baby powder those jumpsuits so they don't chafe. You know, very Spider-Man in their humanity, even though Spider-Man has powers.
Yeah, very much.
Honey Bunches of Oats Frosted. I would say that those are. I think Frosted Honey Bunches of Oats. Here's my argument for these. I think these are beastly because Honey Bunches of Oats is already kind of like you're having the oats and you need to have like a little bit of something extra in it, so you have the honey bunches in them because you're already not able to just deal with like the raw fiber regularity of Fiber One, and then you frost that. There's something vile about it.
This is very much just pure beast. This is pure animal because this is, at the end of the day, this is Frosted Flakes with the Honey Bunches of Oats mixed in, and you can get this by just mixing together actual Honey Bunches of Oats and Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes.
That will become this.
They're here.
So I'm going to say that this is a beast cereal just by virtue of the fact that though it has no mascot, it is very much a cereal that you can make by splurging two mascots together in the same way that a dog might just fucking tear into a carcass.
I'm glad you agree. Now we have every variety of Chex.
Every variety of Chex.
Yeah, so the first one is going to be plain Chex. I think plain Chex. Do they have a mascot? Because I don't have a vibe on plain Chex. It's fucking plain Chex.
Mascot. Oh god.
Oh wait, it's the Chex Quest guy, ain't it?
No, I'm going to send you an image of the Chex mascot.
Okay, so one of them is gonna have to be Chex Quest guy, and he is a warlike demigod. So we'll get back to that.
Please check out. Please check out.
I don't like the Japanese Chex mascot. Sorry, is this fucking scallion flavored Chex?
Yes, scallion flavored Chex. Chex mascot is this
okay,
guy.
but the plain Chex cereal. We're on plain Chex, not scallion Chex.
In that case, it's probably going to be the Chex Quest guy. Do we classify his as human or a sir? He's a human, right?
I believe he is a warlike demigod. He was
believe him to be a
human when
wall?
Chex Quest came out, and then they made Chex Quest Remastered, and he went from a literal free product placement, like nothing in a box of cereal, to like an actually, like, he's fondly remembered by a lot of people.
All right, yeah, fair enough. I was going to place him at just a very powerful and popular human, but you have convinced me.
I think if he didn't have the remake is the thing, but they have remastered Chex Quest like several times. Rice Chex.
Rice Chex. Let's see. No, that's the Rice Krispies, guys. I don't want the Rice Krispies, guys. I want Rice Chex. I don't think Rice Chex has a mascot.
Okay. I'm gonna say... it's between human and animal for me then, because like Rice Chex, like I don't want to be like, oh, it's a very human cereal. It's a very normal cereal, but like...
I'm willing to put Rice Chex as human. Rice Chex seems like a very like middle of the road, like middle path,
Yeah.
but definitely not all the way there.
Rice Chex, you can eat it. Blueberry Chex, however, is for animals because Blueberry Chex is disgusting. It's foul. I don't like it. If you do, I'm sorry.
I've never tried blueberry rice. I've never tried blueberry Chex.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware that was a variety of Chex that you could have.
Yeah, I got vanilla Chex.
That vanilla Chex is 100% an animal thing. It is the human has taken a wrong turn.
Animal for different reasons. Kix is in hell. Corn Chex is just Kix. That's in hell. Like, come on.
Well, hold on. Let's see if it has a mascot.
Yeah, let's see if it has a mascot, but I'm putting it preemptively in hell.
Preemptively burning.
You gotta toast it. It's the only way it tastes good. I got a lot of unsweetened cereals as a kid, so I was one of those motherfuckers who I would have a bowl of cereal with no sweetener in it, and then I would have to put, like, 2 spoonfuls of sugar in my cereal. It was dire.
It does not. Corn Check has no mascot. Burn in hell. Sorry.
Wheat Chex, however, I would say Wheat Chex. There's something humble about the Wheat Chex that I think puts it in the human tier with Rice Chex. You know?
Really, I would say it is an animal. I would put it in an animal, not out of disrespect, but out of the same way that like a cow is an animal.
You know
like,
what?
This is a human that had a bad time in their previous life.
The farmer,
and they were demoted out of pity, but not out of
think
spite.
about this. The farmer who is not a Buddhist eats the same wheat as his cows. It is simply humble.
That is true. I suppose it can classify as human in that case.
I believe it straddles the line, but this tier maker does not have an option for that.
Yes, that is
Chocolate
correct.
Chex, I think Chocolate Chex, like
Chocolate Chex has a mascot.
Does it? Okay, who's the mascot of Chocolate Chex? Hang on. I put it in Hungry Ghost just because I think it's again immature.
Let's see.
You have the horrible Japanese one who is scary, and then you have
the monkey.
Oh no, that's Cocoa Pops.
No,
he's also the Cocoa Pops mascot. Wait a fucking second. This monkey.
You two charming whore.
Yeah, no, this fucking the Cocoa Pops monkey and the Chocolate Chex monkey are the same guy. What the fuck?
No, wait, no, he quit his job. That's why Chocolate Chex doesn't have any mascot on the box anymore. He's gonna be classified. We gotta classify him as human. Despite his monkey appearance, he has quit a job and acquired a new one.
That's the thing. I think Cocoa Pops is later in this tier list. I think somewhere.
Yeah, we'll get to him later.
Chocolate Chex, I think, is Starving Ghost just because of the fucking scallion mascot that comes up when you Google Chocolate Chex mascot. It is something vile and terrible.
You can see the Chocolate Chex mask thing in the background.
Yeah.
Fighting it versus
Peanut butter checks.
peanut butter checks.
I think they're beastly, again, in just kind of an indulgent way, you know? Like, I like sugary cereal, but unless they have a mascot, like, my brain just kind of defaults to them being something, like, vile and sinister, you know?
This is... Yeah, I'm willing to say that the peanut butter checks are like... No, I'm going to say that the peanut butter checks are human, but they are a human that is going to be demoted in their next life.
Yeah,
like
a human
that
who should do some soul searching and probably eat a healthier version of Chex. Because like that's the thing, if you're eating Chex, I feel like cereal has different vibes. If you're eating Lucky Charms, as I do, you're going into that with the understanding, like, yeah, I'm just eating sugary cereal.
Yeah,
And there's like Cinnamon Life, where it's like, yeah, I'm a real adult, but I still like me a sugary cereal. You know, it's like, ooh, fun, you know? But then there's like Chex, and it's like, Chex, you should be having whole grain Chex, I think, to like get your cholesterol down. If you're like frosting the Chex or making Muddy Buddies, like, you've kind of lost the plot there. And I'm glad Muddy Buddies isn't on this tier list, because I would have to hypocritically rate it godlike despite that comment. Like Cinnamon Chex is also human, I would say, because that is a lifelike cereal.
Well, that's the thing. That Muddy Buddies is the very reason that I would qualify peanut butter checks as like the human on the sinful path, because peanut butter checks can either turn back and turn into a more sensible variety of checks, or it can go full Muddy Buddy and just descend back down into full animalistic human reaching towards godhood.
Welcome to a very normal stream. I'm so glad we got a chat message during this stream. I agree with your analysis of Muddy Buddies, however. Like, you understand my reasoning, I think. Wheaties, I think Wheaties has an argument for Warlike Demigod just because, like...
Well, let's take a look at the Wheaties mascot.
The Wheaties mascots have been various sportsmen throughout history, and while I don't want to lionize all of them, I think one of them was...
Champy the Lion!
What?
Champy the Lion!
Sorry, there's a...
Champy the Lion, I'm going to send this to you. Here is Champy. This is Champy the Lion, and they are one of the oldest mascots.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
That's a hell being, I think.
Also, I know the rating screen is... Yeah. I know the rating screen is smaller than the duck screen. I will be resizing the rating screen when it becomes more relevant. The duck stream is the more interesting thing to watch right
more
now.
Interesting at the moment, yes.
Yeah. We have Total. Total can't have a mascot, right?
Does Total have a mascot? Total.
No, that just brings up...
Total Drama Island. Hold on. Total cereal mascot.
That just brings up all of the cereal mascots, it looks like.
Nope. There it is. There he is. His name is fucking, Tony the Tiger's older brother, Terry. Total 100% nutrition. They're okay.
Ooh.
Courtesy of College Humor.
Yeah, so Total Cereal doesn't...
Total Cereal does not have a mascot.
Well, okay, I need to look at the history of Total Cereal now, because this does look like just compressed... It's literally just whole grain wheat flakes!
Yeah, whole grain wheat flakes, compressed.
Whole grain wheat... Okay, I think...
Add some fucking fruit in there if you want to have stuff.
I think it goes up there with the gods and the Deva on principle, just because if you're eating Total, like, you have sat under the tree in the full moon.
Yeah, no, the Bodhisattva eats exactly one flake of Total a day.
Yeah. He is, like, the mana that sustains the Bodhisattva is, in fact, Total.
Yeah.
Now, is this Banana Nut Cheerios?
Banana
If
Nut
they have a
Cheerio.
mascot, it's gotta be like a monkey, right?
Let's see. Does Banana Nut Cheerios have a mascot? No, that's the honeybee, and that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Banana Nut. No, it does not have a mascot.
We could say that Ice-T is the mascot of Banana Nut Cheerios because apparently he was a fucking spokesperson for Honey Nut Cheerios at one point.
Well, that would still place it at human, and I'm willing to say
Yeah.
that Banana Nut Cheerios is it's a very human choice because you're not selecting Honey Nut Cheerios, but you're not selecting like Frosted Cheerios
If you
at the same
put
time.
bananas
You're-
in there, you
you're-
are on shaky fucking ground towards beasthood.
You are a human that is going to reincarnate back into a human because you're not really going to learn anything in this life, but you're also not really going to be like a bad person either.
You are the banana of human beings, karmically.
Yeah.
This one is just a box with a big 4 on it.
Hold on. I think
Is it 4, the cereal with 4 grains?
this is 4-grain cereal from I saw this on the fucking list of cereals that General Mills had. Let me see if I can't re-find it. Wikipedia.
Yeah, because looking up 4-grain cereal just brings up literally every cereal in existence because all cereals are made with many grains now. Also, we appear to have obtained another stone duck who is just at the bottom of the pool.
2 stone duck. Yeah. It's basic 4.
Basic 4. Do they have a mascot?
Basic 4.
Oh, we have 3 small ducklings in the corner. That's nice.
Yeah. Basic 4 does not have a mascot. It is just the concept of these 4 objects together, which is a vanilla cluster, a fruit piece, a rice puff.
It
and
is
then-
heart healthy.
Yeah. It is very hard. This is probably also like up in the god tiers bonus stuff. Because if you're eating,
I think it's the warlike demigod, and here's my argument. The weird white vanilla clusters are kind of weirdly indulgent in a way that suggests to me it is something that would be created to sustain the Asura. It's what you eat if you are an Asura, but you have no intent upon becoming a Deva.
Yeah. This is like an Asura walks into their kitchen, pulls out a piece of basic 4, sets that down, reaches into their fridge and pulls out a glass of ambrosia, and then sets that down and just sort of pours the ambrosia into the basic 4 and kind of starts munching on that. Kind of kind of groggily, still waking up from the cosmic nap as they dreamed the world into existence or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. You understand. Great Grains Blue Edition. It's, I believe, blueberry. There's something about the Great Grain cereals that strikes me as animalistic. I'm not sure what it is. It's, I suppose, the vanity of calling themselves great.
Great Grain cereal. Great Grain cereal seems very animalistic. This is a chipmunk. This is a gopher.
Yeah, and there's no mascot that I can find. There's a mascot head for Gritty being advertised on this Google search. I'm not sure why, but all right. I think banana also classifies as animal. Now, Booberry. We were surprised by Yummy Mummy because Yummy Mummy was a protector of the weak, and we did not realize.
We did not realize that Yummy Mummy was a savior. And while I am initially inclined to say that Booberry is a bad person, we must find out. We must learn about Booberry.
Not all ghosts are hungry ghosts. Some are simply remnants, you understand.
Are we going to classify Boo Berry as a hungry ghost just preemptively because he technically is in fact a hungry ghost?
Well, he is a ghost that is hungry, but that's the thing. We also classified Yummy Mummy as a hungry ghost, but then we were proven wrong by his service record.
Let me watch it. Let me watch an ad here. A Boo Bear. Ad. The debut of Boo Berry.
I'm going to name some of our ducks.
Yeah, he is physically changed to the Boo Berry.
Oh.
I am will.
Hello?
He is 100% changed, like physically changed.
So he is forever
He is forever.
he is chained to
forced-
his desires.
He is forever forced to espouse Boo Berry. He is not chained to delicious Boo Berry. He is chained to the fact that he must advertise Boo Berry cereal.
Truly, if he was suffering in this role, he would be in Naraka.
He is 100% a hungry ghost. He is a suffering beyond human measure,
Yeah.
and a thing to be pitied.
Now, shredded wheat.
Shredded wheat. What a
Wheat.
transition.
Yeah, shredded wheat. Does wheat suffer? I think shredded wheat. I don't know. Shredded wheat. Shredded wheat could be
You
one of
have a
those ones where it
mascot,
could be
you
like
giant
Deva, but
fucking
shredded
prick.
wheat doesn't sound healthy, you know?
Like mini
It's just
wheats
wheat.
have the mini wheats have the mini wheats guy, but that is not the same thing
Yeah.
because that is the frosted mini wheats guy.
Frosted mini wheats
who's-
are a great cereal. I just want to put that out there.
Let's chocolate. No, you did a bit, but there is no. I am going to put shredded wheat down in the fucking animal tier because if
Really?
you are eating a fucking entire ass lump of shredded wheat, you are either the simplest
Wheat.
farmer of farmers, or you are some sort of animal.
Yeah.
Like
Golden
not
Fritz.
not in a derogatory term, but like quite literally that you are a horse or a cow or some sort of other like animal that needs to feed on a large amount of hay per day.
One
And you
must
just
imagine
feel-
the ruminant as happy.
you just feel more comfortable with an entire bale in your fucking cereal bowl than anything else.
What does a cow do all day if not ruminate, literally and metaphorically? Golden Crisp.
Golden Crisp.
They got a funny
tell-
bear. I can see him on the
Yes.
box.
Tell me, Golden Crisp, cereal mascot. Tell me about your. Oh my God, Sugar Bear! What have they done to you?
Oh god.
Sugar Bear in the Heroes Wiki. Sugar Bear is the advertising cartoon mascot of Post Super Sugar Crisp, later Golden Crisp.
Golden
appeared-
Crisp seems very unhealthy.
Originally appeared in the 1964 Saturday morning cartoon Linus the Lion-Hearted. Most of the characters in the series, sponsored by General Foods, were mascot for Post cereal products. Sugar Bear proved the most durable of the lot.
Hang on.
Yeah?
The original bear was designed by Robert Bob Irwin, a graphic designer for Post Cereal, and voiced in animated commercials for 40 years by Jerry Matthews in emulation of a Bing Crosby persona. A shallow-eyed, easygoing character who crooned his cereal's praises to the tune of Joshua Fit the Battle of Jericho, a well-known African-American spiritual.
Yeah.
He can also turn into Super Bear.
I'm going to place him up with.
I mean, by definition, he would be one of the warlike demigods, but I do think that he is very close to backsliding into being a human because of how indulgent his cereal is. Like Golden Crisp just seems
I
bad
think,
for you.
I think it is the opposite, in that he is close to Boda Vista, but he is not there specifically because of how indulgent Golden Crisp is, and he very softly croons its praises, but he doesn't like force it upon you. He's just like, stuff is good.
You know what? I'll cede that argument to you. Fair enough. Oreos. I believe that these are a cereal for the Preta. I believe that those are a cereal for beasts. Just eat Oreos. You don't need an excuse to have Oreos for breakfast. Just have Oreos for breakfast. I had 3 donuts for breakfast today. Fuck you.
You know what? No. I'm going to say even worse. I'm going to say they are down all the. They are down.
Oh wait, yeah, no. Oreos aren't even as good as actual Oreos.
Yeah, no, they are a hell being that is designed. That is specifically. I am here to trick you. In order to make it so that way you may suffer more by thinking you're going to have some delicious Oreos in the morning. But no, this stuff fucking sucks. And also, you bought a fucking thing of Oreos, and it's already super bad for you.
It's
but also,
Post
it doesn't taste as good as actual
Post
Oreos.
does that stupid fucking thing where like their bags are actually like 3/4 of the box, so you don't even get that much Oreos.
And the bottom is just filled with like an entire
powder
powder
the
version of
brownating dust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
We use that shit to line reactors in the Arcovian Empire. Shredded wheat blueberry, I think, is very human. You need to have a hunter-gatherer society to produce shredded wheat blueberry.
Yeah, that's a human option for like a grandpa.
Honey-made s'mores.
Let's see if it's got a mascot first.
Honey-made doesn't strike me as a cereal company. I have always thought of them as a fucking graham cracker company, you know?
Honey-made s'mores cereal. This is a hungry ghost.
Really?
There's no way this is not a hungry ghost.
Is there a mascot?
There is no mascot, but when I looked it up, the first thing that I saw was the Honey-Made S'mores official cereal cake.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. It is, in fact, a cereal chained to its desires. Another variety of great grains is just gonna be animal.
Yeah, sorry, Great Grains. You are a humble feed for a humble pig.
And again, it is not a bad thing to be a pig.
It simply is.
Blueberry Cheerios. I would argue that these are also starving ghosts just because of their sheer shittiness.
I have not had any blueberry Cheerios ever before. I don't like how blue they are, actually.
Yeah. No, I think they are a punishment cereal like Oreos. I misspoke when I said starving ghosts. I think they are a hell cereal. Normal Cheerios, I don't think are that bad, but blueberry Cheerios, they're just like... Maybe it's because I don't like blueberries, but there's just it's foul.
Considering I looked this up, and the first thing that popped up was... well, not the first thing, but like... One scroll down, and I immediately stumbled upon a Willy Wonka-like fucking blueberry thing. I'm going to say that this is definitely a hell cereal.
Yeah.
Where you are forced to eat blueberry cereal that is this stuff, and it tastes bad, and it does bad things to your body.
And you don't even become a big sphere. That's the worst part about hell. It doesn't even indulge any of your fetishes.
Yeah, no, you do not in fact get your fantasy. You become a strange octagon instead, and it is incredibly uncomfortable.
Yeah. All right, we have chocolate peanut butter Cheerios. I would say that these are on the tier of starving ghosts simply because, again, Cheerios strikes me as a mature cereal for mature adults, and when you make it too indulgent, it's like, man, I sure am undoing all of that heart healthiness by having all this goddamn sugar.
I am going to say that this is a human. This still
really.
This is a human that is going to die and become a hungry ghost, because this is like the knockoff Reese's Puffs.
So like they're making
a
a big backslide, is what you're saying.
Yeah, they are not doing.
So they are a human whose aspirations have led them not only down the bad path, but the worst possible path.
And then on the flip side, you've got the Reese's Puffs, which are in fact the demon that is tempted.
Yes, I understand. What the fuck is Cheerios on Crunch?
Let's find out.
This sounds like an attempt by Cheerios to make like a new cool cereal for the kids to talk about.
Cereals, Oat Crunch.
Oh, Oat Crunch. Ah.
Oat Crunch comes in a bunch of different flavors. This is
unflavored Oat Crunch we're looking at. I would say this, on the other end, is like almost godlike because it is Cheerios. So you still got like the fun of the shapes, you know? But it is oats.
This is a human that is going to rise through the ranks.
A human who strives.
A human who strives.
The two categories of human can be summed up by the two flavors of Cheerios in the human tier.
You have the Oat Crunch and the peanut butter. And depending on which path you so choose, you may end up above or so below.
Now, Chocolate Cheerios, I would say, is animal, because Chocolate Cheerios is admitting that you are not there for the health, but you're not there for, like, sugary cereal either, like the Trix or the Boo Berry, you know? I need a chocolate cereal, but I'm not putting any immature shit in it, like marshmallows, you know?
Let's see if they got a mascot. They got a mascot?
If they did, it would be very questionably racist, I have a feeling. We've made this new variety of Buzz the Honeybee. Oh yeah, what's he like?
Is Donuts cereal present on your anywhere?
I don't think
if
so.
Not, then I have unfortunate news. Chocolate Cheerios used to be called chocolate flavored donut cereal, and it did in fact have mascots, which were just 4 Cheerio shaped guys all lined up in a row.
I don't think that affects my tier rating, because that is still just 4. It's honest. 4 chocolate Cheerios. We are the mascot of chocolate Cheerios. You are eating chocolate Cheerios.
Oh god damn. That is correct. Oh wait. There we are.
Yeah, no, that's just 3 guys. And they'll even give you a frisbee to help you work off the bowl of chocolate cereal you just had. I think that's yeah, no, they are a proud animal in the same way that the salmon is.
Yeah, this is a thing that you will find hopping along in the same way that you imagine a moomin to be.
Yeah, exactly. Now, churros.
I understand. Now, I'm sorry,
Churros.
Spell it for me.
Churros. Cinnamon toast churros. As in, you know, the churro? But churros.
Cinnamon toast churros.
There's something beastly about this.
They do in fact have a mascot. It is let me shows.
Crave those crazy hoops?
It is crave those crazy hoops guy.
Wow.
Check this guy out.
Huh.
He's just a little hoop guy.
You know, there's something a little less sadistic about him than the squares. I was going to say, like, these would be a hungry ghost because of, like, the natural insidiousness of the cinnamon toast, but...
I'm going to... Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can't...
Yeah. I don't know, he's just kind of a little guy.
There is a modern variety.
I saw another Kix, so that's gonna go right into hell. Kix is sponsored by the cops, and all cops are going to hell.
There is a more modern variety. They are losing themselves.
Uh-oh. So, they are in fact a hungry ghost?
You can see it in the corner.
Oh dear.
In the corner down there, yes, no, they are in fact it. These are unfortunately hungry ghosts, and
What about, all right, here's my argument. Animal, but they will be a hungry ghost if they do not learn to divest themselves from the cravings of their cinnamon toast brethren.
I'm gonna say opposite. They
Really?
are still a hungry ghost still, but they are about to become an animal because they have started to they have started to
They sense
eschew the
something is
craving of
amiss.
it. Yeah, they have started to eschew the bindings of their ethereal cinnamon toast brothers.
I see. Chocolate strawberry Cheerios. I have never had these. I think they're pretty bad. I'm not sure. Something tells me they're not good. It's just a feeling I have.
They do not have a mascot. They are, however, limited edition for Valentine's Day only.
Yeah, I think that's hellish, actually, because that's like the corporate type of Valentine's Day shit that I hate. You know?
Yeah, that's...
Listen, if there's one thing I know...
That's our Carvian standard Valentine.
Yeah, if there's one thing I know, you can have chocolate-covered strawberries whenever you want. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. Treat yourself today. Get some dipping chocolate, get some fruit, have some chocolate-covered pineapple. It'll make you happy. That is one of the things that I picked up from my dad that I do think is one of my better statements on just like, have a piece of fruit. It'll make you happy. You know?
It'll make you...
Next is, I think, cinnamon Cheerios. Just cinnamon Cheerios.
Just cinnamon Cheerios. Also, shout out to our duck having fucking made it down the slide.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right. Let's see. Cinnamon Cheerios.
Quack.
I've been given a recipe for that, so I'm going to say that this is a very human cereal right off the bat. But let's see if it's got a mascot.
Okay. Well, that's the thing. A recipe, like I would agree that that's human, just because like
I have been given the answer of apple and cinnamon again, but I do not think it is those.
Well, we did have apple cinnamon Cheerios earlier, so it might be they just recycled them, or they, cinnamon Cheerios probably were the same thing at the time.
No, what? Oh, hold on. Chef Wendell.
What? Chef
Traitor
Wendell?
to the cause. Chef Wendell was the guy that eventually made Cinnamon Toast, or rather, is the mascot of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The old
that guy.
old white chef. Yeah, that one. He used to also be on cinnamon cereal.
I think he's a human on
then-
thin ice, personally.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's a human on thin ice as
Because
well.
he did create the squares, who are definitely something less than him.
No, he has created something abominable.
There's this box has a mascot on it. We're getting back to the boxes that have mascots on them, which is nice for me.
Okay.
The Cocoa Wheat's child and his bird. I've never had Cocoa Wheats. There's a lot of cereals I've just never fucking heard of.
Cocoa Wheats are alright. The Cocoa Wheat's child and his bird. Wow. What a
Wait a second.
guy.
Hang on. No. This is the predecessor to him. The bird.
Yeah.
The bird.
This is his this is what became. So this is human. The Cocoa Wheats is human because they are what was the bird was.
And then the
before.
bird took a hard slide, I think, into starving Ghost because he is maddened by his cravings.
Yes, he took a hard fucking slide.
Now, Cocoa Pebbles, I would say, just by their behavior, Barney Rubble and Fred Flintstone are animals. They are bad men to their wives.
Hold on. On one hand, yes. But which one are we ascribing to which? It's Cocoa Pebbles,
I believe
Barney,
Cocoa
and
Pebbles is Barney.
So Cocoa
My boy.
Pebbles is Barney. In that case, I'm going to say that Barney is definitely animal.
Really? I remember Barney being the nicer of the two because he mostly just was a bastard to Fred.
There are only 3 jokes in the Flintstone.
Bird is hairdryer,
There
it's a
is-
living.
No, that is joke 4, and that is technically a tertiary joke. Every single conversational joke is one of these 3. And once you know this fact, you can never watch any Flintstones again. Do you
I
want me to
can't
tell
watch
you?
Boomerang at all because I watched
Okay,
nothing but
okay,
Boomerang
okay,
as a
okay.
kid. I've
So-
seen it all.
The 3 jokes are, wow, you're getting fat. To which Fred immediately inflicts violence on Barney.
Good. Kill fat folks.
One of the 2,
That is not legal advice for the purposes of Twitch moderation.
one of the 2 makes an implication that they want to fuck the other one's wife, which makes
Who
the other one
wouldn't?
mad.
Who wouldn't, though? Fucking
And then-
Wilma Rubble is a goddamn smoke show. Come on.
The 3rd joke is Barney saying something, and then Fred saying something, and then pretending that he came up.
Ah. So
And
just
those are the
vile
3
men.
jokes. So they if they are human, they are the lowest tier of human. I am going to say they are animals because they are technically our predecessors. They are cavemen.
Fair enough.
So we cannot judge them too hard.
Fair enough. You know, being a 50s misogynist is advanced for a Stone Age family. You know, if you take it from that angle, the show could be a biting satire of how everyone in the 50s fucking sucked. But I don't think anyone took it that way.
I mean,
They're the modern Stone Age family.
now then,
Cookie Crisp. I believe
Cookie
he is a
Crisp.
hungry ghost. This is unquestionable. He is also
hold on.
wild.
Which mascot? Are we talking about our new good
Sorry,
friend
is there
Chip
an-
the Wolf? Are we talking about the old one, Chip the Dog?
Sorry, there were. You've said this with such
Let me-
authority. I'm fucking.
Let me show you the various wizards and fools that controlled Cookie Crisp. Firstly,
Yeah, no, there were Cookie Crisp wizards. Yeah, I'm looking,
the
and
Cookie Crisp Wizard.
there was a Cookie Crisp cop.
The Cookie Cop, the Cookie Crisp Wizard,
Uh,
and then our
it's-
Cookie Crisp Dog.
The box has Sunny the wolf on it, but oh
So,
god, I remember.
order-
I just saw a picture of a fucking vinyl toy of the Cookie Crisp mascot that I had as a kid, and I definitely bit in half with my teeth.
Ooh. Order of creation. Cookie Crisp Wizard creates Cookie Crisp Cop to defend his Cookie Crisp cereal stash from the Cookie Crisp Thief and his Cookie Crisp Thief dog that he takes with him. The Cookie Crisp Thief dog becomes so popular that he allows to get the entire Cookie Crisp horde by himself.
And that's why he
overtakes-
wears a shirt eventually.
Yes, that's why he wears a shirt eventually, is he becomes the mascot of Cookie Crisp by overtaking the
yeah, but
Wizard's Cookie Crisp
This
horde.
old
And
dog
for
is a
his
completely
hubris-
other dog.
For his hubris, he is transformed into the modern-day Chip the Wolf, who cannot wear a shirt and must crave for the Cookie Crisp.
So literally, he is an animal who has backslid into a starving ghost.
Yeah.
I see. So same tier, but a much more detailed justification, I suppose. I
Yeah,
appreciate the
no,
history lesson. I did not realize that fucking Cookie Crisp had so many goddamn mascots. What the fuck?
Why does
I thought this was gonna be a nothing stream, and it was gonna like take it's gonna be like a 30-minute stream, and it's gonna be over. But I hate this. We don't even have the trivia I know about cereal yet, because we haven't gotten to fucking cornflakes.
we have just fucking scratched the surface of our infinite fucking cereal.
These next few should go a little bit quicker, just because there's a lot of repeats in here. Chocula, I would say.
Count Chocula.
He was saved by the Yummy Mummy, but he is also a vampire, so I would say he's possibly a warlike demigod.
Let's no, Count Chocula is a hungry ghost, much
Really?
like Blueberry, for he must crave. He too must espout the greatness of fucking. He relies selectively on the fucking monster mallows in his Count Chocula chocolatey cereal in order to survive. I believe...
see. He must feed on the cereal in order to live. So
Yes,
he is an Amrita devouring ghost, basically.
Yes. I believe Yummy Mummy, while he is an Asura.
He is trying to shepherd them to the higher tiers, I believe.
Yes, very much. That is technically one of their jobs as well. So I believe Yummy Mummy is the Asura assigned to the various other Frankenberries. Currently, Fruit Brood is doing the best.
Yeah, he's doing quite well. Great Grains, once again, animal cereal. Sorry.
Sorry, Great
Now,
Grain.
chocolate toast crunch.
Chocolate toast crunch.
I think chocolate toast crunch is hellish because it's not even good. Cinnamon toast crunch, like those things are starving ghosts, I think, because of the madness in their eyes, but chocolate toast crunch is disgusting.
Chocolate toast crunch has a mascot.
Oh no. Yeah?
Yeah. It's the cinnamon toast crunch.
Oh, but he
Works.
looks even...
No. That is a hell being.
Yeah, he just wants to hurt me more.
These are what this crazy squares become if they continue to backslide.
A being that craves.
Instead of attempting to recover,
Now,
much like its churro brethren.
Hang on. We have... I believe the previous churros were actually chocolate churros, because we have normal churros now.
They have the same variety of mascot, as it turns out. I'm looking through them.
Yeah, but
they
chocolate
have
churros at least don't look like they want to hurt me. So I think they still earn their tier as starving ghost rather than in Naraka.
Yes, they are the hell beings that have realized their mistake and are trying to climb their way back the fuck up.
I say French toast crunch is actually, I would say, here's my argument for French toast crunch being human, alright?
Okay.
French toast, yeah, it's a thing that you would have at breakfast. It's kind of a high class thing. It takes a little bit of effort to do, you know? And if you're having French toast crunch, you're branching out, and I'm thinking from the perspective of you're in the cereal aisle, and it's just like, you know what, I'm gonna try one of those sugary cereals, but I don't want too sugary of a cereal. I'm gonna be an adult, and I'm gonna have some French toast crunch.
It's Wendell again. Wendell is back, so that's where Wendell went. Wendell is in charge of the French toast crunch now. He's making non-living crazy squares. He's realized his mistake.
Yeah, so I think that's very human as well, you know?
Yeah, that's fair.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, however, hungry ghosts. They hunger, they crave those crazy squares. They literally devour themselves in search for their own sustenance.
They are the backbone of the crazy square cycle. You have the churro crazy squares, which are the crazy squares that are attempting to get out of the cycle, and then you have the chocolate ones, which are the ones that have delved too deep, and then you have the chocolate churros, which are the ones that are attempting to get back to the crazy square level in the first place.
And then there is Wendell, who watches over them all with sorrow, for he cannot lift them from their perdition.
It is okay. We'll maybe Yummy Mummy will step in at some point,
Someday,
or maybe we will someday. Perhaps.
Journey to the West will happen, but for cereal. Now, I believe we have Christmas Sugar Cookie Toast Crunch, and I think that's hellish because it's disgusting. It's just gross. When you make like the sugar cookie version of a sugary cereal, you're just trying too hard. I have no like deeper spirituality for this. I just think it's gross.
Oh yeah, no. These also have mascots, and they are in fact the crazy squares, but with the fucking Christmas hats on. So they've been corrupted by capitalism in the worst way. And
and Mega Stuff Oreos. I mean, Oreos are already in hell. Mega Stuff Oreos doesn't make it any better.
They have fallen back down onto hell once more.
All right, so now we have the various animal flakes. A portion of their proceeds do go to charity, so keep that in mind as we rate these. First, we have Amazon flakes with the Rio bird on the front.
That one's an animal.
Yep.
Yep.
Cheetah chips. Cheetah chomps. Sorry.
Cheetahs are in fact an animal. I am checking that off on my list here. Yes.
Chalky chimps. Now, I would say that the chalky chimps, I would say they're actually, I would say they are a high starving ghost, because with the chocolate cereal and the monkey, in Chinese mythology, the monkey is literally used to describe the negative aspects of humanity that will lead them to backslide. And then on top of that, you are having chocolate.
I am going to say the fact that the animal proceeds cancel that out and bring
you know
this
what?
back
Yeah,
to,
you reminded me.
Back to a proper animal stage. You are unfortunately the most realistic chimp. If you are eating chalky chimps, you better be a goddamn Pinocchio.
Fair enough.
So help me, I'm coming down there.
Now, Gorilla Munch. I'm going to argue that Gorilla Munch is human. Look at those eyes.
I'm going to argue that Gorilla Munch is actually a Asura.
Really?
They are the gorilla who dines over all of the animal-based food cereals.
That's fair enough.
Elevates them to allow them to donate to
Okay.
animal charity.
So I want
He's the one that presses the button that says pay here.
I want to let you all know something. When I was a teenager, I determined a lot of my diet for the bit. When I got into Homestuck, I unironically started drinking Tab because the grocery stores near me sold Tab regularly. And when Gorilla Munch became a meme on Tumblr, there was a solid couple months where I ate Gorilla Munch. It's an okay cereal. If you want kicks, but you don't want to give money to the Paw Patrol, buy Gorilla Munch, because it's basically kicks, but slightly sweet. It's good. Gorilla Munch is good. Koala Crisp, I hate koalas, so I can't rate this fairly. I think they're terrible.
They are, in fact, an animal. They are the most simplistic of animals that you can get. They are probably going to reincarnate back into an animal.
Lamers.
That's also an animal.
Now, I have an argument. Panda Puffs is starving ghosts, because pandas, I believe, truly, are an evolutionary dead end, and we need to stop spending so much money to conserve them at the expense of conservator money for other animals.
They are no longer endangered. They are only
Really?
classified as threatened. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because of our conservation, or are they actually fucking?
It is a little bit of both. Quite literally, we discovered the. All right, we did it. We genetically designed
The horny panda?
Yes, we're like, okay, why don't we just breed the ones that are the
Breed
most
the
horny?
horniest pandas together, oh my fuck, you know what? They've earned
Back
it.
to animal, baby.
They've earned it, but only just. I am making it a matter of the record that I am a dissenting opinion on this. Now, Raisin Bran Crunch.
Bran Crunch.
I think all the Raisin Brans should be either Deva or Asura, because the Raisin Bran sun is the sun that presides over all. He is an aspect of the universe itself.
Yeah, any of the Raisin Brands automatically have the Raisin Bran sun on them,
Yeah.
which indicates that he is looking fondly over them.
Yeah. In the story of Sun Wukong's bet with the Buddha, he held the whole universe in his hand, much like the Raisin Bran sun holds all 2 scoops of bran.
Yeah, you cannot escape the Raisin Bran sun's infinite scoop ladle.
I would like to once again point out that this is not a tier list based on quality. It is based on their place in the karmic cycle. My personal favorite cereal out of all of these is probably going to be fucking Cinnamon Life or goddamn Lucky Charms. So, like, this is not a quality thing. I'm not that big of a fan of Raisin Bran.
Oh, I've already rated one of my favorite cereals quite lowly. The Trix cereal mascot is unfortunately Hungry Ghost, but that doesn't mean that I don't love fucking Trix.
Trix fucking makes it so that it makes the milk pink on purpose now. That's fucking perverted.
No, it's absolutely disgusting.
You want a bowl of gay little milk? Gay little milk for a gay little rabbit?
I am a human being with material possessions, and I am going to savor those material possessions until it is time to release them.
Hell yeah. Chocolate Crave. So that is a nugget of chocolate with a surrounding shell of chocolate. And if I recall, the Crave mascot is just a knockoff of the Crazy Squares, is it not? Yeah, it's the Crazy Squares, but they don't have eyes. They bite and kill one another.
Yeah, they bite and kill, and they listen to rock out. But I am going to say that these, you know what? I'm going to say these guys are human, actually.
Yeah, no, they have commercial bits where they're like wearing suits and ties, playing instruments.
And ties, playing instruments. This guy's taking a picture with this guy's this guy's just having an interview with a real human being. They are human.
Do we have normal Crave and then chocolate Crave? Let me see. I'm gonna argue normal Crave is human. Chocolate Crave is animal simply because chocolate on chocolate is indulgent. I think you are chaining yourself to your desires if you are having chocolate on chocolate.
Let's see if it has a mascot or if it's just pure chocolate Crave.
It's just it's the same little Crave piece.
It isn't.
Is it?
No, Chocolate Crave has the fucking review guy that did the fucking Taco Bell. Taco Bell tacos. Yeah, that's him.
What?
He's apparently he did the Crave chocolate. There's the orange limited edition Crave for fucking Halloween that has the same mascot. But,
sorry. In 2010, Crave was marketed under the slogan "Taste Unleashed." Later, "Here, Chalky Chalky," or "It's time to melt."
Let's go ahead and place those guys in Hungry Ghost. Actually, they are fighting constantly with the fucking Crazy Squares, the chocolate ones.
Here, Chalky Chalky. There's something terrible about that as well. There's the Britishness.
Yeah.
Honey Smacks. I mean, that frog do be wearing clothes though.
Let's look at the history of Honey Smacks mascot.
Let's find out about Golden Crisp a warlike demigod again.
Golden Crisp is a warlike demigod because we found him on the heroes page.
Right. He becomes powerful when he takes Golden Crisp. Does Honey Smacks become powerful when he take Honey Smack?
Let's find out. Dig 'em frog.
Sorry, me saying Honey Smack sounds like he injects it like fucking heroin. Yes, Dig'em the Frog. I believe they did a joke about him on Family Guy once, and I hate that I know that.
New hip character, a spokes frog, a fun-loving frog, wearing a baseball cap, animated.
A little frog with a big voice.
Big voice.
Wow, apparently...
This is just a human. This is just a regular human. This is the human that that our good friend the Honey Smacks Bear is trying to elevate. They're on a student mentor basis.
I would have said they were animal until I read on one of the wikis I found that apparently there was a fucking letter writing campaign to get him back, and I think that that's very human. He is loved and supported.
Yeah, he is. He has a mentor relationship.
With the Cocoa Crispy elves.
The Cocoa Crispy elves. Okay.
They are elves, but do they have any powers? Because if they have any sort of powers, I feel like that kind of automatically leans them towards warlike demigod.
Snack, crackle, and pop. aren't they for Rice Krispies? Are they different for Cocoa Krispies?
They are not. They're the same dudes, but I don't know if they have powers.
Let's find out. Hey, tell me about yourselves. Snap, crackle, and pop.
I want to do the bit
The untold tale of Pow, the fourth Rice Krispies elf
What?
from Smithsonian.
Help.
Let's see. History of 3 and for a moment 4, Kellogg's Pitch Elves began in 1928. Let's see. This gets a creature for each sound, and then...
the explosive nutritional value is what the fourth one represented. Nose art on a Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress depicting Snap, Crackle, and Pop from their original design as elderly gnomes with large noses, ears, and hats. Snap, Crackle, and Pop were reimagined with the... Nose art on a Boeing? If the last thing I saw before dying was fucking Snap, Crackle, and Pop, I don't know what I'd do.
Snap, Crackle, and Pop are Asura. I am going to say that they are in fact Asura because of their fucking power over the baby boom era. What?
Yeah, you know what? The Rice Krispies are Asura, Cocoa Krispies are starving ghosts, because they're both powerful and terrible in their own ways, and I do think they represent opposite ideas.
Yes, they are. They are. The Cocoa Krispies is the. No, not even starving ghost. Put that one down in it. That one's a hell being. That one is the unremembered fucking brother Pow that was banished into non-existence.
Because there is no nutritional value to fucking puffed rice. Let's be real here.
And
Not to slander Rice Krispies. I don't know how they're nutritionally. They might add some shit to that.
No, not really. They're
Oh,
not
it's
really
just rice?
very good. Yeah, no, it's just rice that they've
Hell
added
yeah.
chocolate powder flavoring to.
Fuck yeah, just rice, baby. Just Monica.
Just Monica. Let's see. What's our next one?
All brand.
All brand.
It's all brand, baby.
All brand.
What's in it? Well, take a fucking guess.
I think all brand probably. I don't know. All brand
All
with
brand.
wheat flakes.
All brand is still ruled over by the Raisin Bran son, apparently.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. I would say all brand is an Asura because it does not have the scoops of the god.
It does not have the proper scoops of God.
Now, frosted mini wheats. I think they are human leaning towards animal. Because they are not as crazed as the crazy squares, but they're close.
They are definitely very human. They are a human being that could this is the person that became the crazy square when he could not
Was
move on.
denied ascension, yes.
Yeah. He lingered. He clung onto his past life and became the crazy square that could only eat fucking sugary cereal because he too was a cereal once.
All right. So are we going to, for these next we have a couple mascots. Are we going to do each variety of like Lucky Charms and Rice Krispies and everything separately, or do we just want to rate the mascot based on what we know of him?
I think we should rate the mascot, but do we want to do it as different aspects of the same being in sort of like a Barbie style, where like this is like airport Barbie, and this is gamer Barbie, and this is
Sure.
yeah.
All right. So we have Frosted Flakes Marshmallow.
Frosted Flake, the marshmallow version of Tony the Tiger. What the version of Tony the Tiger that would allow marshmallows into his cereal?
I think he is a man enslaved by his desires, honestly. Because normally he's a very sporty individual. Frosted Flakes kind of leans into like the healthy for you aspect. But like marshmallows, come on, man. You're taking the mask off. You want to be Lucky Charms. You are a slave to your desires. You are a hungry ghost.
I'm going to say that that particular one, yes, that is the Hungry Ghost version of Tony the Tiger is the one that has marshmallows in.
Little Bite mini wheats. I think that's also very human. We made them smaller so you can fit them in your mouth. Chocolate Lucky Charms.
The chocolate Lucky Charm.
They're bad. They're not good. Lucky Charms, the cat food that is in Lucky Charms normally is completely fine. They don't need to change it.
This is a demon.
Thank you. I'm glad you agree.
This is a hell being specifically because it is a hell being pretending to be an Asura and attempting to trick you with like, here are the beautiful things that are in the world.
So then Lucky Charms would in fact be an Asura.
Yeah, I suppose Lucky Charms itself would be an Asura.
Because he does have powers. He does have an edgy backstory. I think he is mired in grief, but he is close to letting that grief go.
Yes. This is the version of him that is still very much mired in that grief.
He has fallen to his grief even.
Yeah, this is the one where it's like the interspersed bits of all of the good stuff should constantly be chocolate. There should never be any bad points in your life ever.
That is not balanced. That is not the middle way.
Yeah, no. There's no balance in chocolate Lucky Charms. It is just all sugar all the time.
Frosted Krispies.
Frosted Krispies.
I think again, like that is something basal and vile, because Rice Krispies are already not very good for you.
So the Frosted Krispies are specifically the horrific CGI versions of the elves.
Naraka.
So I'm going to say they are the Naraka. They are doing the same thing that chocolate Lucky Charms is, but they are doing it far more obviously, and you really should not fall for that one. Like that one's an obvious trick that, like, you know, please don't approach the demons very obviously feasting on a human corpse.
So I'm actually going to reshuffle. One of the previous mini wheats was actually a cinnamon roll mini wheats, which I think is a starving ghost thing. I think normal mini wheats still retains the human status. Cinnamon mini wheats is you don't need to make mini wheats better, man. It's the fucking best cereal in the world.
Mini wheats is mini wheats.
Mini wheats is mini wheats. You can always eat mini wheats, baby. Honey Frosted Flakes. I think this is Tony the Tiger reverting to a more animalistic sense of himself. You know, eating a beehive.
No, I'm going to say this is a more human version of Tony the Tiger, because the one that I looked up when I looked up honey Frosted Flakes it came up with Honey Nut Frosted Flakes, and that is specifically the one where he is like a gamer, but like a hockey game.
Huh.
He's in the national hockey.
I did not know that he was a hockey gamer for Honey.
Yeah. This is part of his complete breakfast. This is him starting to attain the next level.
I think Chocolate Frosted Flakes is once again starving ghosts, because again, that's just.
Yeah. No. He that is him falling.
Yeah. Frosted Flakes normally, I think he is in fact either an Asura or a god, just because of reputation and his sheer just. It's okay.
I'm going to say he is an Asura. He is trying to lead the many versions of himself.
Other people are holding him back because they keep posting his cock.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to have him demoted. I think he is simply human. He's a very, very popular human.
You know, I'll put him at the top of the human tier and in front of Honey Frosted Flakes. There we go.
Yeah, he is at the very
foremost disciple of Yummy Mummy.
He is very close to attaining the next level, but the problem is that he is far too attached to his human fame and his reputation in the furry community
and
to really reach the next level.
He will block you if you post his dong. All right, Tropical Fruit Loops. I would say that's the most animalistic Toucan Sam gets.
Yeah, tropical Fruit Loops. He is pure animal in the most blessed of senses. Like he has given in fully to his animalistic senses and no longer craves for anything. He simply is a bird that is nearby.
Cookies and Cream Krispies are going right in hell, and I will hear nothing about it. Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks.
That's a question.
Let's discuss.
I believe in the grocery store the other day, we said that the new versions of them have let go of their anger, and that is a canon plot point.
Hold on. So, I'm
Sour
pretty sure
apple
the
and
new
cinnamon. I am aware of them.
Sour apple and cinnamon. I'm pretty sure there's a new variety of them. Let's see.
Yeah, have they both gone to therapy? Are they normal now?
Let's see. Oh my god. Oh, what have they become?
That's not a
let's
good
see.
sound. Are they horrifying, actually?
No. So, these two, their original story is that they... Hold on. Oh my gosh.
They are enemies, and they are racing for the bowl, yes?
The first Applejacks mascot in the 1960s was just Apple Guy, a figure made from cutting a face onto an apple and applying a hat and pieces of cereal for eyes.
Oh.
Later, the box depicted an apple car. As of 2004, the marketing mascot was a carefree Jamaican cinnamon stick named Cinnamon and an accident-prone apple named Bad Apple. The commercial focuses on Cinnamon upstaging Bad Apple by reaching the bowl of Apple Jacks before he can, in spite of the apple's attempts to stop him. Bad Apple's antagonistic nature was later dropped due to complaints from non-profit health food organizations such as Center for Science and Public Interest over the campaigns discouraging children from eating fruit by antagonizing the apple character, leading to Apple and Cinnamon being portrayed as highly competitive friends, but getting both into the bowl.
So they have learned balance and love for one another.
Yes, I am going to say that they are human. These two used to be animalistic, or perhaps even hungry ghosts. First, it was Bad Apple at Cinnamon just fucking upstaging him out of nowhere, and Cinnamon was quite literally the fucking desire to upstage Bad
Yeah,
Apple.
they
for
have
no
found
reason.
peace.
But they have come to find peace and harmony, so they have been upgraded to the human stage.
Cornflakes! Eat some cornflakes so you don't beat your dick. Don't touch your penis. Eat some cornflakes. Are we going to use the rooster mascot, or are we going to just rate the history of cornflakes as they exist? Because if you aren't aware, John Kellogg, the guy that Kellogg's cereal is named for, was really against being horny. And he didn't want you to be horny, and he wanted you to put yogurt enemas up your butt and stuff like that, because he was really into weird alternative health for the time that he was alive. And he wanted you to eat cornflakes so that you wouldn't be horny.
I am going to say that we are going to use the Cornflakes Rooster mascot, but specifically, it is going to be the Rooster mascot with the burden of knowledge of exactly what it represents.
And I will say, people don't really explain what they mean when they say, eat cornflakes and not be horny. He believed that, like, well-seasoned or spicy foods would make you sick by just exciting your body the same way sex did. So he literally wanted you to lead a boring life in order to avoid, I don't know, being horny. And being horny would make you sick. That's what.
Being horny makes you sick. That's just how it is.
Where's cornflakes going?
Cornflake. I'm going to say that Cornflakes is going to...
I think it's human to be burdened with the knowledge that Protestants are there.
They were animal, but then they were uplifted
Uplifted to feel anxiety, which is pretty cool.
They want to return back to being animal. They will be animal again in the
I
next
wish to
life.
return.
But for now they are burdened with the knowledge, and rather than accepting that knowledge, they will reject it.
More all bran. Gonna put that where it belongs.
The power of all
Crave. Another variety of crave. It appears to be like normal crave again.
Normal crave 2, crave harder. We'll
I don't know
put
the
next
difference
to
between
other
the yellow
crave.
box crave and the red box crave. What is yellow box crave?
That's the dark chocolate. It's simply
Yeah.
it is a more mature.
Yeah,
crave.
it's another option. Frosted mini wheats in a blue box.
I'm
It's
going
blueberry. No.
Yeah, that's the same guy, but he started to come down.
Blueberry cereal is bad. I would argue that blueberry frosted wheats is animalistic even.
Yeah, well, we'll put him down in animal because that is the human man who is descending back down into his.
Honeycomb again.
Hey, we got another fucking stone duck.
Yeah, we've had a couple stone ducks that have showed up. There's a very small one over there. I've named this one Clunk.
Let's see.
Going to pick this one to follow around for a bit.
What a beautiful duck sweep.
Yeah.
Now then, back to business.
Family size Lucky Charms.
Family size. This is the big boy. He is embracing what he is still Asura in this form. He
is closer to the Yummy Mummy because he has more to give.
He is here to feed the entire family.
Now, Honey Lucky Charms, I would say actually backslides down to human being because that is indulging a baser instinct. You don't need to add sugar to Lucky Charms.
Honey Lucky Charms is what he was before Yummy Mummy came along and was like, hey man,
You do not need that.
You don't need that, buddy.
Have another bowl of normal Lucky Charms if you need the sugar. Then you can eat more Lucky Charms. And then, Lucky Charms, bits, I think? I don't know how that's different from normal Lucky Charms.
Let's see. Lucky Charms.
I think most of these are just going to be different marshmallow varieties at this point, so I think these two varieties can just go on Asura.
Oh, Lucky Charms bits is down in the fucking Hungry Ghost because that's selectively the marshmallow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Never mind. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I found my box of bits. My fucking box of bits. Delicious.
That is the pure marshmallows. That is the pure undiluted power of the Lucky Charm being used on their lonesome by unwary and foolish individual.
Cracklin' Oat Bran. Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Cracklin' Oat Bran. Do you have a mascot?
If it does, I'm very curious to see how they would anthropomorphize Cracklin' Oat Bran.
Cracklin' Oat Bran does not have a mascot. It is, however, 100% animal food.
Sorry, the not-so-secret dangers of Cracklin' Oat Bran. 200 calories for 3/4 of a cup. What? Wow, Cracklin' Oat Bran is really bad for you. Despite being oat bran, it's got like a shitload of sugar in it.
Yeah, no, this is an animal thing. This is an animal food, or perhaps even a demon pretending to be a beautiful oat, so it may trick you.
Yeah, no, that is oats tricking you. Pumpkin spice mini wheats, I think that is giving into the starving ghost aesthetic once again. You don't need pumpkin spice everything. You don't need it.
It's fine.
I don't
It's normal.
know what Blue Box Lucky Charms is.
Let's find. Oh, I know what Brew Block's Lucky Charms is. I was looking at some earlier.
Yeah, what is it?
Blue Block's Lucky Charms is clusters, which it has it's got the marshmallows, but instead of having just the weird
Cat food?
weird cat food shapes, it's got like a bunch of fucking lumps.
Lumps of, like, grain?
It's still the same material as the cat food stuff. It's just like weird lumpy stuff. Let me show you. Let me show you.
I guess he can go up with the Asura, but he's on thin fucking ice with that clump shit. Oh,
It is another form of himself. It is him demonstrating that there are many faces in the Asura.
Yes, there are many faces to humanity, I suppose.
It's pushing it with that fucking unicorn though.
Strawberry frosted mini wheats strikes me as animal. It's not evil, but you don't need flavored mini wheats. Much like the blueberry mini wheats, you simply don't need it. Frankenberry.
Frankenberry. Well, there he is, the third of our hungry ghosts. He is powered by Frankenberry, and he must eat Frankenberry periodically in order to ensure that he continues to exist.
No.
Yummy mummy shall elevate them eventually.
I think he's close to an animal, though, just because he seems like the most reticent to be chained to his desires. He wishes to move beyond himself. That is my belief. Marshmallow Fruity Pebbles. Hell.
Barney! Why are we burning eternally?
Gee, I don't know, Fred. Maybe it's because we didn't accept the light of God into our hearts before we died. Uh-huh.
Then what the heck is this thing, Barney?
It doesn't look like anything Christian to me.
Looks like it might be, one of King Yama's 8,000 demons, Fred. Blue box cheer. I think this is Frosted Cheerios. Fucking...
Frosted Cheerios, baby. My delicious hungry ghost. It is the thing that I crave. I become a demon.
Chocolate Cheerios also. Fruity Pebbles. I think we made this determination while we were doing Cocoa Pebbles, but I don't remember.
Yeah, they're both animals.
Yeah.
Barney.
Barney, why can't we ascend beyond ourselves? Honey bunches of oats. I want to do just all of these in the same variety because they are just different flavor varieties. There's not like any sugary honey bunches of oats.
Yeah, I think all of the honey bunches of oats all classify as the same thing. It's a very human cereal to have. It's
Yeah.
a bunch of honey, a bunch of oats just sort of mashed together.
I think the frosted is animal just because, like, you don't need to frost honey bunches of oats. Come on.
No, you really don't.
Life. I would say, Cinnamon Life, is demigod tier just because it is, it's good cereal.
I'm going to say that all varieties of Life cereal are technically up in the Bodhisattva's class, because if you are eating Life cereal in any variety, you are one with the universe.
And this is not just our own personal bias for really fucking liking Life cereal.
No, I have not particularly eaten Life cereal too much.
Really?
I think Life cereal is okay.
I love Life cereal, so I'm glad I'm not being biased.
But in this case, I feel like if you go out of your way specifically to get Life cereal, then you are at peace with yourself. You are at peace with the world. You are like, no, I don't need a cool fruity cereal.
Sometimes I just need to eat food.
Yeah, it's okay for me to just eat some food that tastes pretty good. It doesn't have to taste great.
Nut.
It's just pretty good.
Mother fucking Cheerios.
The Beast.
Really?
How do we classify that creature? the Honey Nut Cheerios bee?
He is cringe on social media.
He is cringe on social media. We know that.
He desires recognition, but he has powers that lead me to believe that he would not just be a starving ghost. Is he a creature of hell?
Is his purpose
Is he an Asura with no interest in uplifting others? Can you be such a thing?
Well, that's the thing. Honey Nut Cheerios is technically really good for you and helps lower your cholesterol, and he is like constantly spouting that.
But I think
also,
he himself does not care for humanity.
You know what it is? I'm going to place him as an Asura. The problem is that he is so detached from humanity that he can no longer
like
connect with them.
one of the Hindu gods of destruction who prepare the slate for what comes next. He prepares your heart for the next cholesterol.
Yes, he is a being that fundamentally is so detached from humanity that he is forced to utilize strange methods of interaction via Twitter in order to communicate with human beings and find out what it is that they actually desire from his delicious Honey Nut Cheerios. And as it turns out, he doesn't actually need to change much, but you know, so it's good to check in.
All right. Fiber 1, but a different variety. I think this is Fiber 1 without blueberries. I still think Fiber 1 blueberries is up in gods, but I think that still fits because it's dried blueberries, so like...
Yep, I think the Fiber one still classifies up there. Any cereal that if you
must have a serving of fiber.
That if you are getting this cereal specifically for a delicious serving of fiber and no other reason, you have transcended the purpose of being.
Honey made cinnamon.
Honey made cinnamon. This is just fucking goddamn graham crackers. This is the s'mores without the chocolate and the mayo. Did I say mayo? Marshmallow.
No, you can put mayonnaise on a s'more once, and then no one will ever eat your s'mores again.
Special s'more deterrent technique, the old mayo s'more.
I can't believe you gave me the old creamy s'more! Your own brother, the old creamy s'more! How could you?
You were never my brother. You were only a target for the old creamy s'more.
As you're watching me move things, and I'm not saying anything, they're mostly just things that we've already categorized that don't have significant varietal differences that are here anyway for some reason. Mostly just great grains and varieties of kicks. And again, all cops are going to hell. Yes, even the cop that you're related to. Sorry.
Remember, good cops get kicked out of the force.
They can save themselves if they take the quit challenge today. Fruit Loops Marshmallow.
Fruit Loops Marshmallow. That is a hungry ghost because that is the Fruit
Again,
Loops
the marshmallow
toucan.
scourge intruding. Like, so many are tempted by the power of the marshmallows, but Sunny the leprechaun is the only one who has the nature to control them and become an Asura.
It is because Lucky understands intrinsically that there must be balance.
They
with
will always be
marshmallows.
after my Lucky Charms.
They will always be after his Lucky Charm. But at the same time, those Lucky Charms must be balanced with a nice and reasonable cereal, which is why every variety of Lucky Charms that has some weird flavoring is not in fact Asura.
Frosted Mini Wheats Little Bites are also human. Again, we don't judge for having a small mouth here.
It's okay.
Corn Pops. Remember how they
Corn
came in those weird fucking tinfoil bags?
I do. I liked those tinfoil bags,
Right?
to be honest.
I found them very interesting. I don't know why. Their in-bag toys were always bad, though.
I really like corn pops. They are one of my favorite
me
cereal
too.
varieties. It's just I don't ever think about them, and they're very prominent in most
Despite
cereal
the
places.
presence of corn in a lot of fucking foods everywhere, you don't see corn pops a lot,
They've
right?
got a mascot. Wow.
Really?
Look at this guy. Yeah, check out the corn pop mascots. There's a lot of them.
Oh, it's the hundreds of corn pops that are in your bowl.
Yes, it is the each corn pop in your bowl has 2 eyeballs and its own individual personality, and they all seem to be pretty chill.
I mean, I think...
I would say corn pops is a very human
I
cereal.
mean, yeah, there's hundreds of humans in every bowl, according to the marketing copy. Dunkin' Donuts cereal. You are a thing created by capitalism to punish others with bad cereal.
Remember, if you are eating the Dunkin' Donuts cereal, it is because you can't go to a real Dunkin' Donuts.
Maple
It's either that
Cheerios.
or it's because you are obsessed with Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
and
don't
I
be
know-
one of the people who makes Dunkin' Donuts the entirety of your personality. Like, you can have, like, a couple Dunkin' Donuts pieces of merch, but if you're, like, one of those people who has, like, fucking 6 Dunkin' Donuts bumper stickers, you need to understand
And
your
hey,
coffee is mid and your donuts are, too.
I understand. If you're
I
from
need a
Cal-
large iced regular and a fucking strawberry frosted.
I get it. I understand. But also, there are other things in your state. Like a giant, big, incredibly ugly bug statue.
Big blue bug. Big blue bug. Maple Cheerios.
Maple Cheerios. I'm gonna say Maple Cheerios is human. That's just the Canadian version of Cheerios.
Yeah. Remember, Canadians are not better than Americans. They just hide their racism better. This is an obligatory Canadian call-out. Multigrain Cheerios, I think, are demigod tier because you are there for the health. You are attempting betterment. You need the cholesterol out.
You are becoming a better person if you. They are there selectively for the betterment of mankind. That is what their purpose is.
Strawberry Cheerios, I think, are high tier human because you also want the health, but you can't give up the fruit mixins that go in there.
It is very human to want fruit.
Yeah, the Honey Nut Cheerios are awesome because they are unhealthy, but the desire for fruit is what's holding you back from ascending. Oat Crunch Cheerios again, somehow. How the fuck they get down here again?
Remember, eat your fiber.
Yeah, those were human the last time we saw them. I believe these might be cinnamon oat crunch, in which case it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
The cinnamon does not make a difference there.
The cinnamon is a delicious new flavor that we have determined makes you just as human as the rest of us.
Egg-O's!
Oh, the Eggo cereal! Oh, Eggo cereal. You are a hungry ghost. I'm so sorry.
Not vile enough to be hellish. If they had an evil mascot that was addicted to them, they would be hellish, but...
Here's the thing. I actually legitimately fucking love the Eggo's cereal. It tastes very nice, but it's so obviously pretending to be an actual Eggo waffle, and I can't help but think about halfway through every bowl of Eggo cereal that I have, and I usually have 2 bowls, mind you, because I do enjoy the stuff. But
no wonder we
halfway
keep running out of
through
milk.
Every halfway bowl, I think to myself, wow, I could just be having an actual Eggo waffle right now, and I think I would be having a little bit of a better time. Not an amazingly better time, but a little bit of a better time. So this thing is temptation made to pretend to be an Eggo waffle, which is already a very human material attachment.
Oh, hey, the fire duck put out the lava duck.
Wow!
Did you put out the plaid duck as well? He is suffering. Fire duck,
Looks
please.
Looks like he's on his way.
There we go. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Peaches Cheerios? I didn't know that was a thing. I want those now though, 'cause that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, let's put that up in the human tier. Being Georgian does not
It's
disqualify you
Cheerios.
from being human.
Whole grain honey bunches of oats. Now I think there's an argument to be made that this is also Asura tier because you are eating the honey bunches of oats for health at this point.
Yeah, that is honey bunches of oats, but the honey is the not important part. It
Yeah.
is the bunches of oats that you are here for.
A selfless bunch of oats. Fruit Loops. Just Fruit Loops.
Just pure. I'm going to say this is a human. He's an Indiana Jones style bird.
Yeah,
guy.
no, I remember the weird globe-trotting storyline. Why did cereal commercials go so fucking hard in the early 2000s? They all had like ARG plot lines that were weirdly in-depth and like weirdly deep to the point where I distinctly remember, like, I was actually into the Lucky Charms fucking plotline, and I was on their website and shit, and like, ooh, his village has been destroyed by the forces of darkness. How spooky.
I remember being involved in the fucking
And fucking
suit.
Yogurt had a Monster Hunter thing too. Yogurt.
Yeah. There was like the fucking and then Fruit Loops itself had like the knockoff Donald Duck stuff where like
Yeah.
he had three.
Yeah,
three
his
fucking vegetables.
nephew's fucking shitty Titty and Lewis or whatever.
And Tuba, who had to fucking like find the special loops or whatever.
They had to find him because he fucking went missing or some shit.
Very, very human. Very human.
Hey, I just realized something. Those commercials are probably definitely up online, collated in order of plotline now.
Oh, absolutely. We could just watch the entirety of that fucking plotline.
Put a pin in that. Yeah, I'm putting a pin in that. Mashup Fruit Loops and Frosted Flakes. What the fuck are you doing, Tone? Come on, man.
I'm going to say that this is a very human state because
Really?
this is the Fruit Loops fruit toucan. And
I would
the
say-
Frosted Flakes, Tony the Tiger,
I would say-
having a sordid affair.
I would say it's animal because it's them giving into their baser desires and making a less good product as a result. I don't think Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops go together, having mixed the two on my own.
Oh, they absolutely don't. But I still think it is a very human action to like to take that. I am saying that this is a human that is about to become an animal rather than an animal itself. It seems almost this
lowest
guy's
tier.
bottom,
Yeah, lowest tier human.
lowest tier human, as opposed to highest tier human.
Pumpkin spice Cheerios. That's in hell. Stop putting pumpkin spice in everything.
Anything that is a limited time only cereal automatically goes to hell because if you are only here.
Well,
for a
no,
little-
because to be fair, Fruit Brute, Yummy Mummy, and all of them are also limited time.
Well, that's because they are hungry ghosts that are bound to this world and may only appear during the midnight hours.
Fair enough.
And as opposed to literally all of these other ones who are there only specifically because of corporate stuff. Like, I bet you $5 that Yummy and Bummy would be on the shelves at all times if it was appropriate to show a ghost cereal aisle at all time.
You know what? That's fair enough because I'm pretty sure I've seen Yummy Mummy in the fucking cereal aisles in like January.
Yeah, you go to Target and sometimes you'll find fucking Count Chocolate has come out of his
Yeah, he's
goddamn
just
grave
there.
early.
Count
And he's
Chocula is just here. We found him in the back room. Would you like some? Alright, we got normal Special K.
normal special.
Do we just
K.
want to rate all of the Special Ks? Because I feel like there's not that much of a difference between all of them.
Yeah, I'm going to say that they are all Asura because they all have good intentions for humanity, and I would say that anyone that gets Special K specifically is aware of their nature, but they're also not quite like all.
They're
the
not
way
on
in
to
it.
the full brand cereals where
Yeah,
it's just
they're
like
not-
bran.
Yeah, anyone that's getting Special K is getting Special K because they were recommended to get Special K by their Because
Or their
Special
doctor.
K or their doctor, because Special K is a good cereal.
Can you
trademark.
honestly fucking imagine? There's always those cereal commercials. They talk about like recommended by 9 out of 10 doctors. And I've been to a doctor pretty recently. He did recommend that I eat a Mediterranean diet, which is apparently very common. Can you imagine if your doctor looked you square in the eye and said, yeah, you need to eat more fucking Special K, my dude? Like, you would probably want a second opinion and or your money back, right? Like, you're obviously being paid by Special K.
Secondary scenario for you to consider. Walks into doctor's office. Hey doc, would you like to recommend me any cereals?
Yeah, no, like, that's the other thing. Like, who the fuck is going to their doctor and being like, hey doc, you got any cereal recommendations? Like, I don't know. Probably not the one that's literally nothing but marshmallows, you stupid fuck. Coconut Cheerios. What the fuck?
Coconut Cheerios. You are a hungry ghost or perhaps in hell.
Yeah, no, that's devised to torture someone. I don't think there's anyone who desires coconut Cheerios. They're just there to hurt.
I like coconut. I think Coconut Cheerios might have potential, but Coconut Cheerios was 100%
Listen.
designed specifically to torture certain
Listen.
varieties of people. Because who the fuck
Take your
eats
Cheerios.
coconut in the morning?
Take your Cheerios and grate some fresh coconut onto them, and you have coconut Cheerios. You don't need nasty, chalky, crusty, out-of-date, fucking pre-chopped coconut. You can have fresh coconut on your Cheerios.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Anyone that I can think of that would have the fucking audacity.
If you
to
like
make-
coconut that much, you have a coconut.
Yeah, if you want coconut in the morning, you have a fresh coconut that you just grab and like crack open.
And you
like
have
some,
not
like,
only that, you have
non-powdered
one
shit.
that's in the fridge because you know that certain varieties of coconut give you botulism if they're rotten, and then you have some that are out on the counter because there are other varieties that you can't refrigerate or else it changes their flavor. Like,
Yeah,
you're that kind of coconut guy.
You are a coconut.
You're the
person,
coconut
trademark.
guy. I'm
then
speaking to you,
exists,
you, the audience. You are the coconut guy.
Congratulations, you have been deemed coconut guy. You never have to eat cereal that is named Coconut Cheerios ever again.
All right, very berry
You are free.
Cheerios.
Very berry Cheerios. I'm going to say that's a very human cereal because
Really?
that is.
They're less
say-
purple than the blueberry
very berry.
Cheerios.
Yeah, very berry is not frosted covered. It's like got some berry bits in it, but it's not 100% berry.
It's a restrained cereal for a normal person.
Yes.
And finally, just Cheerios.
Just regular Cheerios.
Just Cheerios, baby. Yeah, just
regular
Cheerios.
Cheerios.
Yeah,
That's actually the Bodhisattva.
heart healthy. Yeah, fair enough.
If you are eating pure, raw, normal ass Cheerios, you are either a baby or B, literally the Bodhisattva.
And I do want everyone to know, like, very important. If you put spoonfuls of sugar on the Cheerios like I did,
It becomes
It's-
frosted Cheerios.
yeah, it becomes frosted Cheerios, and you do slide down the fucking great chain of being like it's a greased goddamn fire pole. Don't get it goddamn twisted.
Right back.
I am
down
not trying
human.
to assert that I am a Bodhisattva with that.
Right back down to human. Yeah, like every 2-year-old that is eating a Cheerio has perfect connection with the human world and all things in existence. And then we lose that the instant we have our first thought that is anything along the lines of, hey, I wonder what green tastes like, or hey,
I sure
wonder
would like
if
some
I could-"
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, literally any thought that causes that sort of connection, and that's just, we have to re-earn that.
Alright, so resizing the tier list so it is a little more look-atable before we end off here.
Shall we do a commentary on the major mascots and their various aspects, and where we think the main ones sort of lie?
I think so. Yeah, that seems like it could be good. I will reopen that tab because I accidentally closed that tab a couple minutes ago.
We don't need to like score them based on
okay,
that.
yeah,
We can just do it based off of like a general basis of the reading here.
Yeah.
So up in our very top, we've got the gods and deities up here.
Yes.
We've got the cherries. This is Life Brand.
The Raisin Brand sun
pure
does in
organ.
fact hold the universe in his palm like the Buddha in Journey to the West.
Yes. He does. To recycle a joke once more, he holds the world in the same way that he holds both scoops.
Yes. The Yummy Mummy, you know, he is our traditional, the sort of fat Buddha archetype, I think. You know, he is trying to raise the others in his fellowship from their wrong ways and try and set them along the right path.
He is aware that they are to be pitied, and he is the one that determines which sort of like sacrifices they get. He's why you will occasionally find like Fruit Brute or like Frankenberry out there just like at a random point and like it's the middle of August. What's Frankenberry doing here?
Their
And the answer
best.
is fucking yeah. They're going out doing their best because Yummy Mummy has sent them off on like a little mission
Pilgrimage,
to go,
yes.
go discover
Basically,
discover yourself.
what we're saying here basically is that Count Chocula is Sun Wukong and Frankenberry is Zhu Baiji in this metaphor. Gorilla Munch, again, one of the very giving Asura. I do believe that Buzz, the honeycomb bee, is in fact just a one of the war demigods, you know, like one of the many-handed war dancers.
He brings down his golden ladle of honey, and as you can see, honey is like the source of a great deal of destruction for a lot of these cereals. You don't need to double up on the honey with a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
And that is sort of like the purpose of his grand ladle is like
A boring
honey.
cereal plus honey, good. Honey on anything else, you've fallen for Buzz's trick.
We've also got the classic our good friend Lucky up here in the Asura.
Yes.
He as we have discussed
I think
before,
Lucky's aspect changes with the seasons, honestly. You know, in one he is a teacher, and in the next he is a creature of destruction based on the plot line, you know?
It depends on whether or not he is in balance with the marshmallows or if he has fallen to the marshmallows, because he's a very King Yama figure, I think.
Yeah.
He controls.
I think the
80,000
marshmallows follow him out of
marshmallows.
respect rather than out of, like, he has power over them, you know?
Yeah. He is the one that judges whether or not you become a hungry ghost because you have added marshmallows to your cereal, or whether or not it is a fair use.
The answer is almost invariably yes. Stop putting fucking marshmallows in your cereal. I know that this makes you sound like an old person, but really, sugar on sugar isn't as good as you think it is.
I mean, I hate to say it, but there's a reason that King Yama almost always indicates that, yeah, no, you fucking goofed it.
We have,
You don't
you know,
really end up in hell unless you goofed it.
we have the human beings. I do think, you know, Tony the Tiger and Fruit Brute are towards the higher end, because I do think that they would be like practicing Buddhists trying to better themselves.
Again, our good friend, the Frost Flakes Tiger, is a direct mentor under at least one of these. I'm willing to say it's probably the gorilla.
Yeah, honestly,
I-
I think they have a similar vibe, you know.
Honey Smack's boy has almost a very selective deal with the sugar frog, and those two don't really talk to anyone else. It is very
They
much
seem like they
that.
wander the world together, righting wrongs or something like that, you know.
Yeah, no. You'll find them up like on the very top of a mountain, and like the fucking like Diggum frogs, like, I see now, master.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You got it. Applejack and Sour Apple and Cinnamon, I think they're just guys. I don't think they're practicing religion. I think they're just living, you know?
I think they
they're
are
agnostic.
blissfully they are blissfully unaware of the nature of religion and reality in that way.
Two gay
they are,
agnostic men, just like Frog and Toad.
yeah, they are disconnected from the world of politics. They don't really have much connection to technology. They spend most of their time doing 5Ks for fun.
Yeah, which, I respect, but couldn't be me. Toucan Sam, I think he's backsliding a little bit, because I think Toucan Sam at the end of the day, especially with the Donald Duck comparison, I think he's an industrialist. I think he finances his travels through less than savory means, and I think his grains aren't ethically sourced.
I feel like he is almost jealous of Donald Duck being a more successful cartoon character than him.
Absolutely.
And he tries to emulate Donald Duck in that way, and Tony the Tiger takes pity on him, obviously, and it's like, hey man, like you can't be like this. Like
Tony doesn't want to confront him directly, but he is trying to gently nudge him towards, like, hey, we should do more productive things with our time than spend hundreds of dollars on conflict diamonds.
They have a single like wild night of passion, and that's the point at which Tony realizes that the Fruit Loops guy is sort of a lost cause and starts following.
Yeah, he backslides down to the Fruit Loops Tropical, and then eventually Marshmallow.
Yes, and meanwhile Tony, he backslides a little bit, and then he's like,
he almost falls for the wrath of the honey god Buzz with honey frosted flakes.
Yeah, Buzz is the one that like steps in, is like, hey man, you're fraternizing a bit with Toucan Sam.
He shows him a vision of frosted flakes marshmallows.
Yeah.
and Tony's just like, dear God.
Just like, This is you attempting to steal the Amrita from our good friend Lucky.
How could I do such a terrible thing? It's terrible.
Worry not. You have not dissuaded thus far.
These things have not yet come to
have
pass.
You could become Cornflake.
And Fred and Barney Rubble are both burning in hell for being mean to their wives.
Yeah, no, those two, they started out as animals.
Beasts. Both of them.
They were beasts through and through, and they attempted to emulate human society way before they were meant to, and backslid immediately.
So, do we have any final thoughts before we end this stream that has actually gone for the length of a full stream, to my fucking shock?
Let's see if we have any final comments on any of the boys. We've got our hungry ghosts. We've got the blueberry, the chocolate.
Here, let me align them all together. Our boys who suffer.
I almost forgot. We almost forgot about Cookie Crisp and the Cinnamon Boys.
Yeah.
Down in the Starving Ghosts, they fell from animalism due to sheer hunger for the variety of cookies.
That's the thing. I think with the Cinnamon Boys specifically, they were created by the much more powerful being of Wendell the baker. But he created them malformed and terrible, and so they have sort of fallen to their own hungers over time.
And then the honeycomb is just like that. This is the pure personification of honey. This is the wand which fucking Buzz wields. Is the honeycomb crazy creature, and that is why it is why it's a hungry ghost, because it is the personification of
the destroying angels which Buzz sends out when even his 100 hands of destruction are busy. I think,
Do we have any living beings down in Naraka other than fucking, Freddy,
the Paw Patrol?
and Barney?
They're going to hell for being cops.
The Paw Patrol in hell. And then we have Lucky, who is technically the inverse face of the Asura, and it is his job occasionally to stop down there and just fucking torture these people.
An omnipotent god, a god that is omnipotent and all-encompassing, must also encompass that which punishes and smites. And so
yes, the rage and
Lucky wears a two-faced mask, and most of his idols, if you actually have seen any of them archaeologically, they will frequently have two faces, one on the front of the face and one on the back of the head.
Very, very rarely you may encounter an 8-faced variety, with each face correlating with a different charm. This one was, of course, rare because it is just flatly harder to depict 8 faces.
And if you want to assure the feng shui of your refrigerator, you should have the 8 faces aligned perfectly with the compass directions. Anything else?
No, I think we have successfully rated where each of the cereal mascots lays on the great cycle of being.
All right.
May we offer pity upon the poor monster cereals, and I offer my hopes to our good friend Tony that he may see the error of his ways before it is too late.
Yeah. And you know what? To make both of our lives easier, one final question for you, Gub.
Yeah.
Next time we stream, are we streaming the Entropy Center, Bug Snacks, or Dead Space?
You offer a difficult question. Let's go back to Dead Space. You're past the worst part of Dead Space. It'll be
Probably that is 100% true. I don't remember enough of Dead Space to challenge you on it. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.